Hey y'all, welcome to this episode of Herbal Medicine 101. Lesson is a little bit different than intended. You may remember in the last one, if you saw it, that I had promised I was going to use some of the herbs that we were discussing in an excellent meal. And I had every intention of doing that, but we had some winter weather. And my plans got changed. Basically, there was frozen food that had to be cooked, assuming the ice storm was coming in, the power was going out. So, yeah, total change of plans. So, now I'm working my way through all that frozen food that was cooked and is now prepared. So, I had to come up with something a little different this week. But it's actually one of the herbs I'm going to use in that recipe, which I hope to do in the next video. We got another big ice storm coming in this weekend, so we'll see. Hopefully, though, I can stay on track. Yeah, it's just the way it is in the winter. I'm using herbs that I'm sourcing from the grocery store because I don't have an herb garden right now. I can't go out foraging. Also have to be mindful of the weather in terms of food storage and cooking. All right, so parsley. And you're thinking, oh, parsley, big deal, right? Actually, I think people are usually pretty amazed to find out that this is in my top 5 herbs. Parsley is one I consider certainly in the top 10 essential herbs, and I really put it in the top 5 category. First of all, it's really easy to grow. I mean, parsley will grow in places where I haven't been able to grow much of anything else. I mean, like sandy, acidic soil, places that have too much shade. It doesn't like wet feet, but it will tolerate. I mean, it's really very hardy, and it grows all winter. This medicinally is so powerful. And when someone says they have kidney or bladder stones, first thing I say is get parsley. I'll get into a lot of the medicinal benefits here in a minute. This is so full of vitamins. Our ancestors probably developed a taste for parsley for several reasons. One, and this is really interesting, if you read the old Greek and Roman books, they were actually very concerned with bad breath. Yeah, humans are humans. We've always been vain, right? But you got to remember they also had bad teeth back then, so they'd have rotten teeth. And if you were associating with others, you don't want to stink. Parsley cleanses the breath. But it also is full of vitamin C and other vitamins, which would help prevent scurvy. It also is incredible for digestion. The reason parsley began to be a garnish on plates was for all the above reasons. It's good for digestion. It's good for indigestion and gas. It's good to stimulate the appetite. It cleanses the palate. It's good for the breath after a meal. It actually enhances the flavor of whatever it's combined with. This parsley, this is the curled leaf parsley. You also have the Italian flat leaf. I like them both. I usually grow the flat leaf. I saw the curled in the grocery store today. I thought, I haven't had this in a while. Took a bite of it when I got home, washed it up, and oh man, it tastes good. I mean, it just reminds me of like going to those old steakhouses in the 80s when I was a kid, like Western Steer and Bonanza and Ponderosa. You'd always have all this parsley on the plate and a big slice of lemon. And my mom would be like, oh, that's just garnish. Nobody eats that. And I'd just be like, okay, you don't want that? I'll eat it. And I'll be eating parsley and lemon slices by the handful. I loved it. Seriously. I mean, I guess I was a weird kid. Parsley and lemon, still one of my favorite combinations. I will make a salad of just parsley by itself with olive oil and lemon juice and a little salt. And it's one of my favorite salads. In fact, this bunch right now is going to go in a salad tonight with some lettuce and tomato and cucumber and some spring onions and such that I picked up from the store. Right now, it's being combined in another of my favorite combinations. This is a nice combination of parsley and lemon in tomato juice with a little bit of Worcester sauce, whatever you would call it. Hot sauce, North Carolina, we use Texas Pete, salt and pepper, and vodka. This is, of course, is a Bloody Mary. And if you've never had Bloody Mary with a parsley garnish, you don't know what you're missing. The parsley just brings out the flavor of the tomato. It's homemade tomato juice, by the way, so it's really good stuff. Parsley just brings out the flavor just incredibly. I mean, I really love it. And I mean, people put lots of garnishes in their drinks. I mean, asparagus, celery is really good. Celery and parsley are very similar in that these volatile oils actually enhance the flavor of whatever food you put them on, whatever you combine with it. They help bring the flavors to the back of the sinus, but they also have A similar quality to like MSG without the effects of MSG. Now, celery is slightly chemically related to MSG, by the way. Though, especially the leaves, the part people throw away, which they really shouldn't. That's my favorite part of celery. Without having any negative side effects, and of course, it's still a debate whether MSG is good for you, bad for you, neutral. I try to avoid it. Honestly, it does seem to cause some inflammation for me, so I try to avoid it. An old trick, growing up, my parents had, we had farms, we had grocery stores, we had a tavern, we had a wine and cheese shop, two different sides of the family. An old trick, an old vendor's trick, was to take celery or parsley, usually celery though, and put the leaves in with some salt and dry it. And when you gave people cheese samples, you put a little sprinkle of it, just a tiny sprinkle on it, and it would make the cheese taste better. See, that's that quality of enhancing the flavor. It also enhances the aroma. And the second trick, if you have a wine and cheese and beer shop at a tavern, give people a few pieces of cheese with a little celery salt or parsley on crackers, nice salty crackers, and they're going to start craving beer and wine. That's an old cheese vendor's trick that's been known since the 1800s. It's been written out of extensively. I don't know that a scientist has ever explored it, but parsley and celery are the two main flavor enhancers. I put parsley in nearly every savory food I make. Every recipe. I don't care if it's soup, I don't care if it's a steak, I don't care what it is. It's going to get some parsley. Now, it's usually going to get some celery and garlic too. But parsley, without a doubt, one of my top 5 herbs. Now let me give you more of the medicinal uses, because that's what you're here for, presumably. I would turn to Plants for Future. Their notes are better than mine. I write books, they synopsize everything into little paragraphs. I love it. If you've never been a natural medicinal herbs, it's plantsforafuture.net or naturalmedicinalherbs.net. It looks like they stopped updating the website a few years ago. You might want to start, maybe archive.com will archive it, or you may want to actually come through and save this information yourself. But it says parsley is a commonly grown culinary and medicinal herb that is often used as domestic medicine. The fresh leaves are highly nutritious and can be considered a natural vitamin and mineral supplement in their own right. The plant's prime use is as a diuretic, where it is effective in ridding the body of stones and treating jaundice, dropsy, cystitis. Yes, this is actually really good for cystitis, a secondary infection, like from a bladder infection. This is one of the go-tos, and it's one of the easiest ones to use. It's one of the most pleasant ones to use. Some herbs like Originaron, Canada fleabane, may be a little more potent, but this is more pleasant. And Canada fleabane is very bitter, very bitter. This is really nice. It is also a good detoxifier, helping rid the body of toxins via the urine, and therefore helping in the treatment of a wide range of diseases such as rheumatism. The seed is a safe herb in normal doses, but in excess it can have toxic effects. Okay, we're going to see this in parsley, we're going to see this in coriander, we're going to see this in various herbs in this family. Too much of the seed can have some issues. We do not want to use the seed in medicinal doses ever in pregnancy, but even in normal conditions, normal states, we don't want to use too much of these seeds. Parsley should not be used by pregnant women. Again, that's in medicinal dosages. Because it is used to stimulate menstrual flow and can therefore provoke a miscarriage. All parts of the plant can be used medicinally, and the stems are really good. Never throw these stems away. You can throw these in soups, you can cook with them, definitely put them in when you're roasting up the bones to make your stock, or you can dry them and make a very nice bitters formula out of parsley stems and dandelion stems. It's one of the best bitters formulas I know of. The root is most often used. The seeds have a stronger action than the root. Parsley is anti-dandruff. Yes, parsley can actually help with dandruff. Antispasmodic, aperient, carminative, this means settles the stomach, essentially digestive, diuretic. Amenagogue means it can bring on menses. Expectorant, yes, parsley can help get the mucus out of your lungs. Galactifuge. Now, we talked about a galactagogue herb, was it last week or week before last? An herb that increases lactation. Parsley decreases lactation. Very important to understand. Good for the kidneys, stomatic, and tonic. An infusion of the roots and seeds is taken after childbirth to promote lactation, which is odd because they just said it was a galactifuge. Okay, I'm going to say maybe they got that one wrong. I'm not sure. But it does help contract the uterus. Parsley is also a mild laxative and is useful for treating anemia and convalescence. Yes, this is good. Got a lot of iron. Caution is advised on the internal use of this herb. We talk the seed now, not the leaves. This is pretty safe, especially in the form of essential oil. Excessive doses can cause liver and kidney damage. Yes, do not use essential oils internally unless some expert has really told you you need to, and you've done your own research and you've cut it with a neutral oil. Essential oils are not a natural form of the plant, and they can be quite toxic. They can burn your skin. If they can burn your skin, think about what they can do to the inside of your body. Let's see. It should not be prescribed for pregnant women or people with kidney diseases because it's a strong diuretic. A poultice of the leaves has been applied externally to soothe bites and stings. Yes, it's a good one. Also said to be of value in treating tumors of a cancerous nature. I always give the caveat, I never recommend herbs for cancer. It's too serious. Do your own research. Naturalmedicinalherbs.net or Plants for a Future is making that statement. I'm not. Yes, good to treat eye infections. Parsley is really good for infected, swollen, irritated eyes. You're going to make basically just a tea out of it and use it cold. Obviously, don't use it hot. Good for toothache and earache. It's also to use to prevent hair loss and to make freckles disappear. If the leaves are kept close to the breast of a nursing mother for a few days, the milk flow will cease. Okay, so I'm going to put that back into the I don't know category. You know, we talked about how it was galactifuge. So they're saying topically it would reduce lactation, but then they said taken would increase lactation. So are they saying the seed taken internally increases lactation, whereas externally reduces? I don't know. You're going to have to consult with a book, someone who really writes about that topic, an expert like Rosemary Gladstar, Susan Weed. That's not my line of country, as we say. I think this is just like one of the 5 essential herbs to cook with, to use medicinally, and it's good with so many things. I mean, you can combine this with plantain for bee stings. You can combine this, again with plantain and dandelion for maybe kidney stones. You can use this for cystitis and bladder infections. You can use this for so many things, combined with other herbs like licorice. This is one that works really well with licorice. Great for the lungs as expectorant. Combine it with thyme, also great for the lungs as expectorant. You got vitamins and minerals in here. Honestly, to me, this is essential. Hippocrates said, "Why should a man die if he has sage in the garden?" I kind of look at parsley that way. Wherever I go, whenever I settle for a few months, I plant parsley. This is like my first, this is the thing I'm going to sow, the very first thing in the garden. I would not wish to live without parsley, onions and garlic, and just a few others. I mean, when I talk about my top 5, parsley's going to be really up there, really up there. Y'all have a wonderful week. Let me toast to you with my parsley Bloody Mary. It is so good. It is so good. Anyway, hopefully next week I can get that dish cooked, which I'm keeping secret because you're going to really love this. It's going to be really special. It's going to use about 5 or 7 different medicinal herbs, and it's cheap. And you're going to think, wow, I can make that for myself and my family, and we're going to be really healthy and happy and well fed because it's delicious. So y'all have a great week. Stay warm. Nasty weather, I know. Anyway, I'll talk to you next time.